Hey guys, James again for TFBTV. A lot of people have been saying that 2016 was an exceptionally crappy year, and I think a lot of that really had to do with a lot of talented celebrities, famous actors, musicians dying in 2016. For example, David Bowie, Gene Wilder, Prince, Princess Leia, Harambe, Arnold Palmer, George Michael, and Miley Cyrus. So that really upset a lot of people, and it got me thinking, what if calibers were famous, like celebrities or movies or songs or whatever? What if calibers were famous things? How would we feel about them? So I did some research. I watched some daytime TV, read some tabloids, and I think I've got the answers for you guys. So without further ado, if calibers were famous. So I've got some cards here. They've got the caliber, and then I've got the reason for it on the back. Let's get started. 40 S&W, any member of the cast of Friends, because it had its heyday 20 years ago, but now everyone realizes it actually sucks. 20 gauge is a lot like the Teletubbies, because once I turned 19, I stopped being interested in it. 22 caliber is like Bill Cosby, because we all grew up with it as kids without realizing what it could do to a person at close quarters. 9mm is like Penthouse magazine, because I have more boxes of it in my attic than I could possibly ever use. Maybe. This one's interesting. 45 ACP is like Jimmy Buffett. It's not bad, but its hardcore fans are obnoxious cunts. 9mm Makarov is like Amy Schumer's career. I didn't know it was still a thing. 3030 and Dick Van Dyke. Not popular anymore and old as f***, but it's still alive. 45 Gap and Lindsay Lohan, because it never accomplished anything and it's probably time to give up. Brutal. 357 Magnum is like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's been around for a while, but it can still kick your ass. 38 Special is a lot like the Olsen twins, because it's still working even though it's a little bit overrated and you're gonna need more than one to get the job done. 50 BMG, Billy Joel, the Piano Man, because it'll drive right through your living room and still come out in one piece. 32 ACP is like Steve Buscemi, small, a little weird, but it's common in supporting roles. 12 gauge, a lot like former Ravens player Ray Lewis, because it hits like an NFL linebacker and has definitely killed people before. 308 Winchester would be a lot like Drew Brees, because it's accurate, reliable, perfect, handsome, perhaps the best player to ever touch the pigskin in the history of the NFL, and I'd really like it if 308 would lift its restraining order against me and we could get together sometime and like talk about football or like whatever 308 wants to talk about. I really like that. And 410 would be Justin Bieber, because it's twerpy, annoying, useless, and even though it's supposed to be for kids, there are way too many adults that are into it. 76239 is like Tupac, because people refuse to believe it's dead. 545 by 39 is like Donald J. Trump, because 25 ACP. 25 ACP is like the Bobs from Office Space, because 25 ACP...
What would you say you do here?
What about some movies? 4.73mm caseless would be like the movie Cowboys and Aliens. That's because it sounds really cool, but no one's ever seen it. 380 would be like the movie Final Destination, because it only kills people by accident. 357 SIG would be like the movie Avatar. It was released with a lot of hype before people realized it never did anything that hadn't been done before. 8mm. 454 Castle, 30 Carbine, and 338 Lapua are like Joaquin Phoenix, Shia LaBeouf, and Gautier. People always try to correct the way I pronounce their names, but I don't care enough about them to get it right anyways. 44 Special would be like Charlie Sheen, and 44 Magnum would be like Charlie Sheen, because if you think it's hard to control normally, wait till you see what happens when you add a little more powder. 10mm would be like David Koresh. Now I'm reaching really far back here, because the FBI canceled both of them in the mid-90s. 17 HMR would be a lot like, because it's fast but underperforms against hard surfaces. Anyways, guys, I hope you didn't take that too seriously. I want to say thank you, as usual, to our sponsors, ProxyBid and Ventura Munitions. And as usual, I want to thank you guys. 265,000 subscribers, so I got to thank you guys a ton from me and the entire gang at TFBTV. Anyways, see you guys next week.